Speak that. Tell them the truth
All
about
right,
Thanksgiving.
well, Thanksgiving, people celebrate Thanksgiving without actually knowing what it's about. There were different settlements in this country that they now call the United States of America. One of the first that wasn't actually a settlement was 3 ships came from Britain. One of them was named Godspeed, and there was 2 other names. And that was in 1607. That was the first set of people that came here. And then 13 years later, the first settlement, which was Jamestown settlement, I believe in Virginia or Maryland, Jamestown, Virginia, that came 13 years later in probably 1620. Now they didn't know how to build anything. They didn't know how to plant crops and harvest. They did not know how to hunt or survive. And they also were not capable of physical labor. They didn't know, works of physical labor. So they eventually, and the indigenous people of this land, who people falsely call Indians, they're not from India, they attacked them. And in those attacks, the Jamestown people couldn't survive. Eventually, there's a time you can do an internet search on it called the starving time of Jamestown settlement. And when they started to starve, they actually ate each other. They started to eat each other. So that settlement was abandoned because there were other ships that came from Britain. And it was Sir something, one of the nobility, and when he reached Jamestown was in shambles, and so they had to abandon that settlement. 13 years later, a lot of us know about is the Mayflower came from Britain, and they landed in Plymouth. The Puritans and the Pilgrims, who were cast out of Britain because of religious persecution, because Britain wanted to Catholicize, and the Pilgrims and the Puritans they did not want to convert. So they were kicked out, and they landed in Plymouth. But when the Pilgrims and the Puritans on the Mayflower landed in Plymouth, they made friends with the indigenous people, a few indigenous people, and they brought food for them, showed them how to plant crops, showed them how to hunt, showed them how to survive the winters. And that part is what Thanksgiving is about. Giving thanks for the indigenous people saving their lives. So that's what Thanksgiving is about. Thanksgiving about giving thanks to indigenous people who saved their lives. It's not about anything else, and people try to reprise or change the role of Thanksgiving. No, these indigenous people are not Indians. They are not from India. If you even do a haplogroup search, which is a DNA search, you will find they are not from India. They are Lenape, they are Cherokee, they are Blackfoot, they are Seminole. Those are the names of the people. They're not Indians.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. And what's your name, brother?
Elgin.
So Elgin, live from Crown Heights, man, telling the truth about Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. We appreciate that, my brother. Real talk. You know what I mean?
Powers, blessings.
Respect, King.
Respect, blessings.